Floyd. Renee Michelle Floyd, and I am the CEO and owner of Naturally Yours Boutique Incorporated. And I've been in business professionally for 14 years now. And but I've been doing hair, natural hair, braiding hair, doing locks for most of my life. I used to love playing with the dolls. You know, you all remember the Chrissy dolls with the long hair? I used to braid those dolls. And so a few years back, I was going through a transition in my life. I was going through a divorce, and I needed to make money to survive and to take care of my family. So, you know, hair was a natural gift that I had, and I just started transitioning into doing that professionally. And when my children were small, that's when I decided to do hair. And so I made flyers, and I had them, they were all small then, I had them going in the mall with me, and anybody that we saw that had braids or locks, I told them to pass it out. And that's how my business grew, organically, just like that. And as a result of that, I passed out one of my flyers to the publisher and owner of the Black Voice newspaper in Riverside, and she said that they were just looking to feature an entrepreneur in the area, and so I was the first entrepreneur that they had featured in the magazine, and as a result, in a newspaper, and as a result of that, met a whole lot of professional clients, and then my business has grew, so I never really advertised. My clients always advertise for me, like she did. And so my business have been very good to me. My clients, I love my clients. I have special relationships with my clients. And I just love natural hair. I just love us, you know, everything about us, you know. And so with the hair, I'm really, because I guess I had a traumatic experience as a child with, you know, not being able to grow hair and people talking about my hair, I'm very sensitive to people that have sensitive hair. So they call me, sometimes they say I have growing hands, you know. And so, but I love what I do. I'm transitioning to, you know, my products. As a result of me having problems with sensitive scalp, I just started, you know, making my own products, you know, organic. I'm into the organic and herbs and natural health and gardening, and I'm a vegetarian, and so I came up with these products, and I didn't share them with anyone for about a year before, because I was testing myself and my family and all that, and I just started mixing up these products, and they have really been a blessing to many people, you know, and so, you know, I believe in what they do because what it has done for me and a lot of my clients, and so now I'm looking to really market, I guess, information about how to take care of your natural hair. I'm not into a lot, I mean, I love style and love the beautiful hairstyles and all that, but a lot of times we compromise styling our hair for the care of our hair. And so I'm mostly into hair care. In fact, that's my motto is I specialize in naturally kinky hair care for people of color. That's my tagline. And so I'm real simple. To me, less is more. And I'm not a real big product person. I don't have 15 different things. I pretty much stay with what works and what's natural. I'm not into chemicals and all that kind of stuff. So that's why these products are really basic, really, I call it hair food. It feeds your hair. I wish my mom was here. But she has natural gray. Her hair is almost white. She has natural gray hair, and in the temple area, it was really fine and thin. It was, you know. And she said ever since, and she been using my product, for the last 3 months. She wanted to do a little test on my product before she really came out with her testimonial. And she said, and I saw that her hair has filled in a lot right in here, you know, so I call it hair food. And so I'm transitioning to more of an informational connoisseur. I call it knowledge philanthropist. And I wrote a book, Natural Dandruff Treatments, and it has a lot of recipes in here about how to take care of, you know, your scalp. I'm into scalp health, because if your scalp is healthy, you're going to have beautiful hair. And so you want to see that book. But primarily, what I just basically want to say is that hair is a covering of our head. Hair is fiber, and it's made of protein. And the simpler we keep it, the better it is. We can have beautiful hair just naturally, just the way it is. It's just a matter of, with our different types of hair types and textures, we do, because of the coil pattern, we do need moisturization in our hair, because when it's coiling, I meant to bring my coil. Well, let's look at this, and I'll talk about this later. But our hair is coily like this. Our hair naturally coils up like this, and because it's so coily, it's fragile. A lot of us think that our hair is strong, and it is. But it's fragile, it's easier to break, because if you rake a comb through our brush, it has to straighten out these coils, and it's easy to break, especially if you don't moisturize. The challenge that a lot of us have is that a lot of the moisturizers on the market is filled with alcohol and mineral oil products that sit on top of our head, on top of our hair strand. It doesn't penetrate our hair strand. And what we need, in order for it not to be greasy, we need a product that penetrates the hair shaft, that actually goes inside of the hair shaft and moisturize the hair shaft so that it can have a more springy action. With the mineral oil and, of course, the alcohol, different alcohols, it dries the hair out and it causes it to break. So we think that our hair don't grow. It doesn't grow. It really does grow. It's just we have to have the proper moisturization to it. And we have 3 layers of things going on in our. In other words, each one of our strands is made up of 3 complexes. And so the first layer is called your cuticle. That's the outside. That's the protection of the middle part, called the medulla. Okay, and so this is the cuticle. That's the outside of the hair. The medulla is the middle of the hair, right in the center of the hair, which is this. I'm trying to get this out so I can show you what this is. In the middle is a pipe cleaner, and I'm going to show you what that's used for. If I can get this out. But anyway, if you can see, I can't get this out. If you can see, inside is a pipe cleaner, and that would be considered the medulla, the middle part of our hair strand. The outside of the medulla is the cortex, and of course this is the cuticle. So what we need is for the whole strand to be moisturized, and that will cause our hair to be elastic, and it grows. And what we do when we color, because I want to talk about the effects of coloring. Coloring is a personal choice, but because I like to share information, and I'm about the health of the hair. What the coloring does is, especially permanent color, it dries out the cuticle and the cortex. And it makes it more vulnerable. It strips the cuticle and the cortex, and it makes it more vulnerable, and it dries out, and it breaks easy. So that's why I'm personally not into the coloring. Not that it's not beautiful or anything, but because of what it does to the hair. And because I'm into hair care, this is why I promote, you know, just wearing your natural color. Now, that's not reality.
Why do you have so little gray? I mean,
So little gray?
Yeah. How do you?
This is just, I have absolutely no coloring on my hair. I've never dyed my hair.
What do you do to keep your hair from gray? And I know there are things you can do.
Oh, from gray? I embrace my gray. I don't try to hide it or anything.
But very little of it.
Yeah, I know. That's just, it's just natural, just genetic. Now, my mother is completely gray. It looks like I have little gray, but I have a lot of gray hair in my hair. The most of the gray is around the edges, but it's all through my hair. I just have brown hair.
So my mother, she did great. She only had a big little curl around here. And my dad, his was like salt and pepper.
Yeah, so I don't do anything to cover my gray. I just don't have a lot of it, I guess, compared to some people. But this is just, I've never colored it at all. But an alternative, because I know that that's not reality for a lot of people. A lot of people love coloring. So an alternative to actually doing a permanent color, if you want to just cover your gray, is this is called a True Color color stick. And so with this, I have clients that just, it's like a crayon. So they just, you know, put this in their hair and it covers up the gray. So for instance, okay, so you see this is gray. If I was to put this in, I don't know if it's coming off. Is it coming off? Is it getting brown? So you can see that this would cover up your gray if you're interested in just covering up your gray. Now if you want to just do color, then of course you have to, you know, there's another.
She said, what is that?
Huh?
She said, what is that?
Oh, this is wax and stuff like that. Wax. I don't use it. I don't use it. I got it because one of my clients, you know, talked about it, and I, you know, everybody always trying to get me to color, especially my daughter, my other daughters, always trying to get me to color my hair. Henna is supposed to be really good. It's a vegetable-based dye. And basically henna is just stains your hair. It's not a permanent color, so, and it's made of vegetable dye, so that's supposed to be really good. But I just embrace, you know, I just embrace my gray. I don't have a problem with gray.
I haven't colored in a while, and I said I was going to let it go natural. And my husband said that he doesn't think I can do it because I said, and my mother was looking really old. She needed to cover her gray, so he thought that meant that I would never be able to embrace my gray if I thought my mother looked old with gray hair. But I haven't, my ends are still colored, but if you notice my grays are,
yeah. Are you going? And it's a personal choice. It really is. I'm just giving an alternative. They also have hair color spray. So you know, you can buy, it's a spray you can buy in different colors and you can spray your hair if you don't want to do permanent. So that's another alternative. I didn't have a bottle can with me, but that's another alternative if you want to color but not do the permanent, you know, color like that. So that's an alternative as well. I don't know if you all have heard of the big thing with biotin.
I take it every day.
I take this, and this is really good for your hair as well. And you know, so this is 7,500 millisieverts or
Micrograms.
Yeah, micrograms.
Yeah. I started taking it about a month ago, and I think mine's 10,000 micrograms.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So it's good. It's good for your hair. Good for, you know, because you know, the hair cuticle is made of silica, like the same complex as our fingernails. So, and it's really good for that as well. You know. Let's see my notes.
I need to start taking biotin. I didn't know you used it.
Yes, I use biotin. Let's see. Oh, another interesting thing that I learned. Yeah. Exactly. Exactly. That I get from vitacost.com. That's I don't know if you heard of that. You have? Yeah. I get that from there. It's a good product. Also, We talk about thick hair and thin hair and stuff like that. And a person that has thick hair has a larger follicle. Their hair grows out of a larger follicle, so that's how you get thick hair. When it's thinner, finer hair, that means your follicle is smaller, you know. And so, so that was interesting too. Now the thing with bald, going bald, and you know, people, you know, really buying a lot of the hair loss products. A lot of that is genetic. A lot of it is genetics, and so sometimes you can't help that. You know, you can't help that. But
looks like lady products, right?
no, it's guys use it.
What is it?
It's hair products.
Oh yeah,
It's hair
that's right.
products.
That's why I'm not too familiar with all the hair products.
Yeah, right.
It's been a long time for me. Yes.
Right. So sometimes you can't avoid it because it's genetic, you know. But a lot of products on the market is solely for market purposes. A lot of products are sold and packaged. The wording is especially for marketing purposes. They sell it, and they're just, you know, making a lot of money on products. But that's why I believe in simple is better, because if your hair is going to fall out, it's just going to fall out. You know, I'm not into a lot of the products and a lot of the stuff that they talk about in terms of preventing hair loss, because eventually you're going to do it. It's going to be lost anyway. You know, I have a couple of clients. You know, they've had their locks for a long time, but now their hair is starting to thin. You know, and that's just natural genetics. You know, it's just right in this area. It's just it's just constantly coming out. It'll grow, but it keeps coming out. You know, so bleaching your hair is really not good for your hair. It dries out the natural pigments of your hair, so tight braids is not good for your hair. Perms, of course, is not good for your hair. So when you decided to go natural, I guess the biggest challenge was what? When you decided to go natural, in terms of product or hairstyle, or what was your biggest?
For me, it was styling options. I had to find something that was going to work and to still look professional, and I didn't have a clue. I didn't know what product to use for natural hair, because I grew up in the South and the only thing we used was hair grease.
Right.
Shampoo, you condition, you throw in a lot of grease.
Yeah.
So,
And what about you? What was your biggest challenge with?
Everything. I didn't even know where to start. I had to totally relearn my hair and everything.
And what about you?
And professionals, why did I start?
What?
going?
Yeah. Well, what was your when you
Challenge.
did? Yeah. What was your biggest challenge when you decided to go natural?
The styles and texture, you know, getting used to the texture. Try to relearn that. That was the biggest challenge. Trying to what to do with it.
Yeah. What about you?
Sayings, there's trying to figure out the style.
I think for me, just trying to figure out how to keep the curl definition, because my hair would curl up when it was wet, but then it would dry and the curls would go away. And so trying to find products that would, you know, hold that curl definition in there, I think has been my biggest challenge. So I was just like rotating through products, trying to find one that'll do it. So I kind of hit on some that give me the effect I want now, but it took a while. And then I guess the other thing, when I first started, was just, you know, I was in Alabama, and nobody had natural hair back when I first started, and just, I guess, just trying to gain acceptance of having your hair natural. That was a big deal, even in my own family. My grandmother and stuff, aunts, they didn't like it.
Girl walking around with that nappy.
Yeah. And even people at my church, nice old ladies, would be like, oh, yeah, you gotta get your perm. You gotta get your perm. You gotta get your perm back. Because when I had a perm, I had like a long bob, and you gotta get your perm back. I guess that was it. And I'm always still looking for better products than the ones that I have. So. and tangly. That's the other thing. My hair is super, super tangly.
Okay.
And so it's just trying to find products that help in the detangling process so that I don't lose it all. I get it all out when I get frustrated because it's got knots and tangles in it.
Right. See, she has real coily hair, so it's easy to tangle. So when you comb it out, do you start at the tips and then work your way up?
Yep.
Well, I've pretty much been natural most of my life. You know, I think I had a perm one time and it wasn't good. I mean, I had sores in my head. I had a bad experience. So, I mean, basically I've been wearing braids and dreads and press and curl for a little while. But most of my life I've been pretty much natural. You know, pretty much natural. And so it wasn't, I didn't really have a struggle with what to do or anything like that. You know, and then with the products, I think we all have a challenge with trying to find the right product. That's why we try so many different. But what we need to do is start reading labels. You know, start being a label reader and knowing what products and ingredients are good for the hair as opposed to not. A lot of products have a lot of fluffy words and things that we like food names, you know, and so a lot of products have a lot of fluff, and so we go for those type of products a lot of times. But anyway, basically, you know, with natural hair, it's as you go through your experience, you know, with natural hair, you'll find that it's more, certainly now in the time that we're living, it's more accepted. More options out there. The products on the market are much better than they were 20 years ago. People are more conscious. You have a lot of do-it-yourself type of products now out, and so you know it's just been a great experience for me, and meeting a lot of people and knowing, you know, learning a lot of different textures of hair and then helping people accept their hair. You know, accept their hair. A lot of people didn't think that they could even have the style that they, you know, desire. They always said that, you know, their hair was nappy and kinky, and that's true. But a lot of times we use it in a negative way, those words. And so I guess,
Somebody told me this weekend, yesterday, oh, I tried to go natural, but I just couldn't deal with it, so I went back to a perm. My hair is not like yours. It's kinky and nappy. I said, anybody can be natural.
Right.
It doesn't really matter.
right,
People have that mindset.
yeah, that it's negative.
Only if your hair is a certain texture can you be natural. And that's not true.
Yeah, that's right. You just have to find what's right for you. What's right for you and what you're comfortable with.
Happy to be happy.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's the biggest surprise I found going natural is how soft my hair is. When I was first natural, I'd just be touching and feeling my hair, and I'd say to my husband, feel my hair, feel how soft it is. You get used to the relaxed hair and you don't have the same softness, the same texture. And so I was constantly doing, oh, look how my curls, the curls are just so. And let me tell you, I get the tight, nappy curls when my hair is but I was, even with the tight curls, I loved the way my hair felt, and I couldn't keep my hands out of my hair. So,
When did you start? At what age do you remember that you started getting perms?
I think I got my first one, I was probably around 13.
Oh, okay. So it had been a while since.
But I used to have the kitchen hot comb thing. My mom used to braid our hair every Saturday. She'd take her hair loose and she'd wash it and braid it back. And then for special occasions, she'd sit us in front of that stove and sizzle, sizzle, sizzle.
Right.
Get us the straight hair. But for the most part, if it wasn't Easter or picture day, my hair was braided.
Mine was pressed.
Once a week, we wash our hair.
So basically, my research has said that in order for us to close the cuticle and bring back the health to our hair needs to stay at a pH balance of 4.5. That's kind of scientific and all that, but that's the acidity level, you know. So if we can keep our hair to a mild, use products that keeps our hair at a mild, moderate acid level, then our hair will retain the moisture and it will grow much better and it'll be healthy. So when you have a lot of detergent, shampoos, it's a lot of detergent and just, you know, stuff in the products that we use, you know, and so it just constantly dries our hair out. So that's why we go and we buy a lot of products to try to get that moisture back. But if we can use a good shampoo with a pH balance of 4.5 or less, that would be great for the health of our hair. And then we can use something very mild and all in terms of conditioner. And our hair does need conditioner. Whether you condition and rinse it out or have a leave-in conditioner. When you have a leave-in conditioner, you want to have something more like a hair food type of product, something that will not dry your scalp out or your hair, something that will you know, cause your hair to stay elastic. The typical like L'Oreal or those type of conditioners are not leave-in conditioners. You have to rinse those out because it has alcohol. So the conditioners that you want to leave in your hair does not have alcohol in it. It has more food grade type of ingredients in it. And those are the type that you can leave in your hair. And I recommend washing your hair. It depends on how much product you use in your hair, but I found that washing once or twice a week is max. You know, because you're washing your natural oils out every time you wash your hair, and so it's important to have a good shampoo if you're going to do that. But if you're not putting a lot of conditioners and a lot of you know, hair dressings and stuff in your hair, then twice or 3 times a month is probably good to wash your hair.
What about a co-wash? If you do a co-wash instead of the shampoo?
Co-wash is good. In my opinion, co-wash is good if you're wearing natural loose hair. But if you're wearing locks, you know that your locks get trapped with that, because it's basically just conditioner, you know, and it depends on the conditioner as well. Because sometimes the conditioner can dry your hair out, depending on the ingredients again. But yeah, co-wash is good because that instead of, like you said, shampooing all the time, it keeps your hair moisturized and conditioned. So if you have locks, I would recommend co-wash. You can do that and then wash it maybe twice a month, you know, or even once a week, depending on, like I said, the product you use.
Just to clarify, co-wash is that what you're washing your hair?
It's co-wash. Co stands for conditioner wash. Yeah. So you're basically washing your hair with conditioner. You're just putting conditioner all through your hair, letting it sit in. Then you just rinse it out really lightly and just let it stay on instead of using shampoo.
Skipping the shampoo.
Because doesn't it have a lot of the same active ingredients that you use to wash your hair there in the conditioner? That's why you can use the conditioner to clean your hair.
Right. And see, the key, that's keeping the moisturizer in your hair, but the key is cleaning your scalp. You see, you want to get the debris and you want to keep your scalp clean so that your hair can breathe, you know. So co-wash is really good, but you still need to keep your scalp clean as well. So you just have to balance it. Is that what you do, co-wash?
You know what? I used to do mostly that, and then I would use apple cider vinegar to clean the scalp once or twice a month. But I found some all-natural products, organic products that didn't have all of the toxins and stuff in it, the stuff that's really hard on the hair. And so I actually use Shea Moisture products, and so I can use their shampoos, and it doesn't seem to dry my hair out like the other shampoos. I used to use the Diva Curl stuff, the no poo, the low poo or the no poo Annette, and I would use those for the. Those didn't work so well for me. But the Shea Moisture stuff seems to work really well. And the As I Am, I use their stuff. Their co-wash, I like that really well. But since I found the Shea Moisture stuff, I pretty much use that. Or I used to make a lot of my own. And I just don't have that kind of time, and that's when I found the Shea Moisture stuff, and that works really well.
I've heard the Shea Moisture is good. I've heard that that's a good product.
I tried that, but I didn't
Work for you.
didn't give me what I wanted.
The results were not as good as the results I got from the As I Am product, but it didn't have in a lot of the other stuff, so I just adapted. I figured out how to use it so that it worked for me, even though the results weren't quite what they were with the other stuff. I still got decent enough results, and I was willing to put it together. Again, personal preference.
Right, exactly.
And different hair textures respond differently to different things.
What type of products do you use?
Well, of course.
Ladies,
Where are your restaurants? All the way up front?
right in that corner. Okay, for sure. And I'm gonna be going home like shortly.
Oh,
Is there anything else I'll have to get you?
You can actually get us a good.
Yeah, take your time. I'll get up, but you can relax here all night. That's all. For sure, you got it.
So, well, before I moved here, I had just started using a new product that I really liked, but it was expensive. It was like Design Essentials, leave-in conditioner, and I don't know what it was, hair cleaner.
It's not hard to
something
find
like
those
that.
things on Design Essentials. They're
But-
professional products, and it's hard to find them.
Oh, they're in Sally's.
Oh, they have them in Sally's now? They didn't, at least the Sally's
I
out
bought them
here,
in
they didn't
Sally's
have.
here.
Oh.
Because they flew me out here, and the bottles are too big to take on the plane, so I had to buy them when I got out here. But what I discovered is that when I got out here, the same products that worked wonderfully out there with the humidity, it didn't work so well here. So
Drier out here.
it's drier. Yeah, my hair was dry and brittle. I didn't like it. So I'm like, gosh darn it! I wish I had known. I would have spent some money on the product, because Design Essentials is expensive.
It is.
I just decided to try something out at the store. I think I was in Walmart or Target or something, and I saw this beautiful tresses. Beautiful tresses. They had a leave-in conditioner and their deep conditioner, and so I just decided to try that out, and that's what I use today, and I really like it.
Oh, okay.
Along with, I still stuck with the shampoo that my beautician used back home, which was the Care, that you have to buy from like Ulta. Care moisturizing shampoo, I think it is. Huh? Yeah. So that's what I'm using now, and I like it so far. In the month that I've been here.
Okay. What do you use?
I use Shea Moisture mostly. I use some Tresemme.
Somewhat.
Tresemme? Yeah, I use that with Riku when I use makeup. I use Shea Moisture, shampoo, hair, deep treatment mask. Not as a deep treatment mask, as a styling product. But I use the Shea Moisture for the deep conditioner. Just like regular to clean my hair, I use make a shea butter mix with the makeup castor oil.
And what do you use?
I use the Tresemme
Okay.
conditioner. So I'll do like a co-wash and then leave it. Tallulah wine. I think it's Tallulah wine.
Tallulah Wajid.
What is it?
Oh, Talia Wajid.
Tallulah Wajid.
Talia Wajid.
Yeah. But one of the puddings is something, so I use that. The shea.
And what do you use? I don't have shampoo yet, So I only have the conditioner and the spray, but what type of shampoo do you use?
The kind that you
Oh, yeah, okay.
But we don't
Yeah.
answer.
Yeah.
Y'all remember the name of it?
No, I don't.
Oh, the Melaleuca.
I just use it because she gave it to me.
Yeah.
That's stuck in the white bottle. Yeah.
Yeah, it was the Melaleuca. There is some, what do you call it? My mind just went blank. It's free of paraben, you know, and lauryl sulfate. It's free of that. That's a type of
Alfina? Alfina, is that?
Yeah, Alfina. Yeah, the Alfina. The Alfina, that's what we all use. And it's from the company called Melaleuca.
Thank you,
I
ladies.
haven't put anything in
Oh,
it yet.
perfect. That's okay. I'll be right back. Thank you.
Okay. I'm good too.
All right, thank you. I'll be right back.
And you know, so those keep the moisture in. It's pH balance, and it's really good. A private company, green company called Melaleuca. I don't know if y'all ever heard of it, but it's a great company. I used to be really active in it. I'm going to be active in it again because you know, some products I just feel like why reinvent the wheel, you know.
Yeah.
So I'm going to market those. I had some. I sold out the shampoos, and so but I'm going to start carrying them again in my shop. Just the shampoos, and I'm going to stick with the conditioners. But the Alfina is good, and what's the one in the brown bottle? That is really rich. It's like you.
I don't really use that one.
Yeah, I have that. My mind is blank now, but those are the shampoos that I use. They're from Melaleuca Company. But pretty much this is all I use. It's the spray and the conditioner. I wouldn't market something that I don't use myself, you know. So yeah. And because I'm very sensitive, you know, my scalp and everything is real sensitive. It works for me and it works for a lot of people. But what products do you use?
And that.
Now we're doing a case study on her because she feels her hair is not growing like it could. Well, she cut it, you know, without me knowing when she was younger. So it's starting to grow back now. But you know, a lot of us, we bottom out at a certain length of hair. Some of our hair only grow a certain length, and that's it. Even with the sister locks, you know. So you know, it's just a matter of finding what works for you and what's best for your hair type. So basically, do anybody have any questions for me? I mean, I'm sorry, yeah. I meant to show you this, that this is very important to wrap your hair. You okay?
She got happy with that picture.
It's very important to wrap your hair, especially when you have natural, to keep the moisture in. With silk or satin, not cotton, because cotton absorbs the moisture in your hair. If you don't want to wrap it up, then, you know, use a satin or silk pillowcase or satin or silk sheets or something, so that when you lay down, your hair will retain the moisture. So that's important. And this is what I use, and I use a satin, another type of satin sack that I use on my hair. So it's important to wrap your hair up with that. And then, just an example of how we can curl our hair with different types of curlers. These are steam rollers, you know, really good. Steam is really good for your hair, you know, because again, it keeps the moisture in. This, how I got my curls, they probably have fallen out. Probably have fallen out by now, but these are pipe cleaners in here, pipe cleaners inside the straw. I got this idea from someone on YouTube, and you just roll your hair. That's why I wanted to turn around. I wanted her to wear hers just straight. Normally it would be really curly, but you just take the hair and you just wrap it around real good, and your hair is moist at this point. This is for, you know, us with locks and natural hair. Then you just bend the straw like so, and it stays.
Like
So,
a flexi run.
yeah, like a right, exactly.
That's
And,
expensive.
yeah, and then you just pull it down in your hair. It's no tearing of your hair or anything. So that's to curl our hair. And these,
Thank you. I'll be right back.
this is, I don't know if you've seen these are curl curlers. Okay, you have those?
It's funny because when I straightened my hair this past weekend, I was going to use those spurs to stretch it.
Yeah.
Because I didn't want to blow dry it.
Yeah.
But I hadn't used them in so long, so I used them when I transitioned. My hair is too long for them now.
Oh,
It's like
really?
this much sticking out at the end.
Well, you can use 2 of them. Use 2 of them.
But how do you thread it again?
Well, you put, the same way. You just put it up, put the first one up, then you just the same way. And you just take the ends and, yeah. Yeah, so you just wrap your hair around and you just pull it through like that and your hair curls up just like that. So that's all you do. Because the lady that does my hair, we do each other's hair, her hair is super long. And she does that. Sometimes she has to have 3 of them on. And she has sister locks. So her hair is really long. So this is what we use, and it gives that really pretty,
And that's just
coily.
for locks?
No. You can use it for natural hair.
Oh.
Yeah. So this is what you buy separately. This is like a hook. Yeah, and then you just wrap your hair around like this. Well, you put this through first. You have to thread the hook through first, through here. And with sister locks, though, you have to be really careful because this is rubber, and it will pull your hair. With natural hair, it's easier, because it's smooth. But you just take your hair and you wrap the hair around it like this, and then you pull this up, and you just thread it through like that. Your hair is already damp, though. It's damp. And then you let it dry completely. And when it's dry, you just take it out. And you have to be really careful. And you hold it at the root, where the lock is. And you just pull it out, and your hair is shaped just like this. And so you can do that because they have the short ones too.
That looks like a lot of work to me. I told you, I'm lazy. I either do a twist and then I just curl it under, or I braid it. I don't even use rollers.
Put a little water on it. Massaging scalp is really good. Yeah, really good. Of course, we got the trusted old, sponge roller, and then these are really good. Yeah, these are really good. It really helps your curls to stay formed. And they, of course, they have all different sizes. So basically, that's and then of course, we have so many different styling accessories and options, now. So if you all have any more questions for me, or you can share your story.
I just realized because you were talking about hair hanging down and stuff, and I would tell you that mine, when it was short, it wasn't like that. And I realized with my new smartphone, the first smartphone ever,